Okay, so we talk a lot about games coming to the VR, state of VR, and whatnot. Well, I want to take a moment to talk about YouTube on VR. This is this channel actually that you're watching this on, iTechnically. And I thought it would be interesting to show it on YouTube, mostly because of the fact that, technically, this mean doom scrolling, as it were, is technically a thing. See, technically a thing on VR. Now, as you can see, I technically have it in just this mode right here. So I have it windowed mode, if you will. So that means I have my regular windows here, but you can also watch YouTube in immersive mode. And immersive mode is just what it looks like. Immersive experience type mode. But for the purpose of this, we are not going to watch it in that panel mode you saw, or this immersive mode that you're seeing right here. Instead, we're going to watch it in a third mode called full screen mode, okay? Yes, YouTube is technically an app just like any other app, so since it can go into panel mode, it can go into full screen mode. We can even do that if we rather, but I'm going to keep it flat like that just because I can. Okay, and then we have here the regular scrolling. You can see there was a sale a while back for the MetaQuest VR games. By the way, if you do happen to buy a VR game from the MetaQuest store, feel free to use code TECH at checkout. That would help me and the channel. And then micro SD card and the Nintendo Switch. It's worth noting that I know that isn't a video about the Nintendo Switch, but it's worth noting that normal micro SD cards won't work for the purpose of saving games on it on the Nintendo Switch 2. You'll have to get micro SD express card. Okay. And then I went over iOS 26 liquid glass update. And then, the Nintendo Switch controller versus Nintendo Switch 2 controller. And then we also have, okay, in case you guys are wondering why you'd see my hand pinching every now and then, it's because that's how you sort of wake it up to, let it know that your hand is still here of sorts. Playlist, VR News, Steam Deck, VR Games, Quest 3, VR Apps, VR related. This will probably fall in the VR apps section, if I'm being honest, because this isn't a game, nor is it news. I might put it in the MetaQuest section as well, just because I'm on a MetaQuest 3 right now. So let's see. And then this is my, I don't know, it's a little, it freaks me out a little bit to see that 549,174 people have viewed my about section. So, yeah. And then if we scroll down, we can see there are other featured channels here. But these three are also my other channels. I cover some VR games on here. I actually play a lot of VR games on here. Also, we can actually search You can search with your voice as well, but we're just going to search regular. Endless unboxing, and let go. This is actually it. And this is our other YouTube channel, all about unboxing, just unboxings. The reason I'm showing it on here actually is because of the fact that I don't know, I just like the idea that we can just I don't know, sort of doom scroll on YouTube. Yet there is even a shorts library that you can go to and just doom scroll on YouTube as you wish. And I think that's pretty interesting overall. I'm curious though, how many use the YouTube app? Do you guys use it? And if you do use it, do you use it more like that in kind of a curved monitor mode, a regular panel mode like this? Or do you guys prefer YouTube's own immersive? Which I'll be honest, I think I prefer the full screen to YouTube's immersive mode, because the YouTube's immersive mode, it's kind of hard to get out of some videos, if I'm being honest. I guess what I'm saying is I think there's still a little more work to do for the YouTube immersive mode, but the MetaQuest 3's regular panel mode is just enough for me, if I'm being perfectly honest, because I can go full screen even with the panel mode, and if we collect the dots, we can report a problem if we have a problem, which we do not. But yeah, I'm going to actually end it off here. I just want to give, I guess, my thoughts and opinions on the YouTube app, or on the more dealing with it. I think I did an overview before of the YouTube app, but this is more my opinions after dealing with it for a little while, interacting with it for even more and whatnot. So let me know your thoughts on the YouTube app for the MetaQuest 3, or just VR in general. It doesn't necessarily have to be the MetaQuest 3 headset. That's just what I happen to have on at the time of recording this. And yeah, with that said, I will catch you guys in the future. Later.